The Cubano is a perfect sandwich. With a crispy exterior, the inside holds two wonderful proteins, one being a luscious ham and the other being a tender roasted lechon, contrasted by pickles and mustard and finished off with the creamy goodness of Swiss cheese. It is said that the Cubano's origins stem from the Cuban immigrant community in Florida, with a friendly rivalry between Tampa and Miami. But there's nothing friendly about this Cubano by Gordon Ramsay, who manages to piss off the entire Cuban community across the lands. Before I go on with today's episode, I do want to give a special shout out to my amazing new patron, Alicia Brendel. Thank you so much for your support. And with that said, on to the reaction.
Garlicky lechon marinated for 24 hours.
Oh yes.
Paired with sweet ham, brined for 7 days. Topped with 2 slices of Swiss cheese and pickles for a punch of vinegar and extra crunch. All layered onto plush Cuban bread, brushed with lard.
You see, that's my dream business. When you do one sandwich, that's it.
Yeah.
And you're just super famous for it, and that's all you do. And then you can get the science behind it so perfect, dialed in that it's just perfection. Just do one thing perfect.
Yes.
I love this.
It's this classic combination of flavors pressed between Cuban bread that made the Cuban sandwich a legend in Miami.
Oof. Yeah, baby.
Ham and cheese is one of those classic combinations.
Oh, there's the French version.
Yeah. That's a one French version, and
croissant with
no.
some
ham and cheese. It's on a baguette, like a fresh, thin baguette. SNCF, sandwich, SNCF. They were famous on the train because they would make stacks of them and just sell them on the train.
Nice.
And this classic marriage of meat and protein defines their go-to sandwich.
Cuban sandwiches in Miami are like pizza to New Yorkers.
Yeah.
The Cuban sandwich is the pinnacle, and if you meet the top, then you are meeting us at Sandwich in Miami.
Yes.
For Cubans, we can make anywhere. On a slow day, 80 sandwiches. On a busy day, 150 Cubans alone.
Whew. I don't know if they offer more than just a Cubano, but they said 100 on the weekends, 150. She said alone. So
that sandwich.
That's a lot of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, on a weekend, I will sell approximately 300 sandwiches for the day. It doesn't mean half of them are the one sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's numbers right there.
To make a true Cuban sandwich, they prepare ham
See
and
that
roasted
ham?
pork.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean by that ham?
That is you saw, they brined it themselves, right? A brine is a flavored water, essentially, that you soak protein in, and they are making it from scratch. They said 7 days.
That's perfect ham.
That is commitment. That is space. That is time. And then, oh gosh.
A boneless pork butt. For us, we find that it tends to be one of the most tender parts of the pork. One gets cured and the other one gets marinated is really the only difference.
What may be as important as the meat is the loaf of bread it sits between. A Cuban sandwich simply wouldn't be the same without Cuban bread.
Yes.
Cuban bread for Cubans is what the tortilla is to Mexicans, right? What the arepa is to the Colombians or the Venezuelans, right? It's just part of our DNA.
But what makes this bread different than, say, French or Italian bread? It's gotta have fat.
There's a lot of people who may make Cuban bread, but they only use water. For us, it was really important to be authentic and to make sure that we didn't take the lard out of the process.
Are they taking the fat from the roast?
Well, they use lard in the bread. I doubt. But you're getting warm. You're getting warm.
And while other spots may opt for yellow mustard, Sandwich de Miami adds a drizzle of its homemade spicy mustard. And if customers catch themselves craving mayo,
I tell them that Cubans are not made with mayonnaise, that I'll be happy to put it on the side, but that I will not be a part of ruining the Cuban sandwich with mayonnaise.
Hell yeah.
After a drizzle of mustard comes equal parts lechon and ham, 2 slices of Swiss cheese, and pickles.
I love the Cuban sandwich because there's something about the mustard, the pickles, the fattiness of the pork.
It's perfect.
You know it's perfect? You have also all the textures in there. You got the crusty, you got the from the bread, you get the crisp from the pickles.
Yeah.
You get the very soft from the inside of the bread, and you get the different textures from the meat. And I'm telling you that sliced chip, it's perfect. It makes a big difference.
That combination of flavors that's really layered, that hits home for me.
The way you really palletize it correctly. Most people put mustard and pickles together, and you don't do that. There's too much vinegar. It punches you in the face. It's overpowering.
Oh, you see, that's what it is like getting everything figured out. You know, they specifically, mustard's on the very bottom, pickles are on the top.
So they're not together.
They're not together because they think it's too punchy.
Yeah.
And finally, the whole sandwich heads to the plancha, where it's pressed and finished off with one more thing.
Once it's being warmed, we glaze on lard, and the lard that we use is the same lard that's rendered from the ham and the lechon that we make.
Oh, it's so close.
You know, lard is a very high smoke point fat.
And so much better flavor.
And has amazing flavor. You're not wasting any part of the animal. But also, notice they said we don't use butter because the butter will burn, meaning that they can put the fat onto the bread and let it sit longer and really get toasted
high heat
and
index.
hot. Yes.
Index.
Yeah. That's so well thought out, because one of the biggest downfalls I find in most places that have a Cubano on the menu is that the center is not warm. That pisses me off. There's only one of two ways you're gonna get it right, is either you leave it on to cook longer or you put the protein in hot or warm at the very least.
Yeah, but I like a semolink cold and doing it the way they're doing without burning it. So you're gonna get all the milk proteins out that are gonna burn. And that lard is the perfect accent, seasoning wise, heating up wise, and just flavor wise.
Yeah, flavor.
It's just insane.
So far, so good, huh? You know what is really, really special is when a world-class famous chef goes to Cuba. Goes to, where are you going?
I'm not staying.
No, sit your ass back down.
Oh.
We're not done.
This was so good. I thought we were gonna go get a Cuban.
We are gonna get a Cuban. But we have to feel bad first, or I have to make you feel bad. I'm gonna have a great time with this one. Frenchie, I just remembered yesterday I wasted so many hours trying to cancel a subscription on my phone. And you and I, being business owners, family men, we don't have that time to waste. And that's why the sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Rocket Money safely and securely identifies reoccurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. You can even cancel from within the app with just a couple of taps. No need to worry about customer service calls wasting more of your precious time. Simply upload a photo of your bill and tap a few buttons. Rocket Money will negotiate your bills for you, from internet service to cable and phone bills. Rocket Money has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/chefbrian or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. Again, that's rocketmoney.com/chefbrian to get started for free. This man has the resources to go to the source of this sandwich. And guess what? He makes a Cubano. Do you know which chef I'm talking about right now?
I don't care.
I present to you, my friend, Chef Gordon Ramsay makes a Cubano. We know how he does.
It's gonna be overcomplicated.
With ramen/dirt noodle soup. You coined that one. And also his grilled cheese. 2 times you that one up.
Oh no, Jamie Oliver did the good version.
Jamie Oliver did the great version.
I was gonna say no, he did. I was like, no. Yeah. Jamie Oliver. That's the one we did.
Yeah, we replicated Jamie Oliver's grilled cheese, and it was banging. So now we watch Gordon Ramsay.
Now, whilst in this beautiful country and being in the middle of Havana, how could I not give you a Cuban-inspired?
Right off the bat, he said Cuban-inspired sandwich. Now, and this is where, I have a little problem with food content, because I understand why they did it this way.
Is that like to get people's attention?
It's for the SEO. So you're saying, here, the title says, Gordon Ramsay makes Cubano sandwiches in Havana. If they put in the title, Gordon makes his version of a Cubano, like that's kind of wussy, kind of sucks, right? But he is clearly, in all fairness, he is clearly identifying in the video from the beginning that this is his take on it. So let's give him a little benefit of the doubt.
I've learned so much this week from the Cuban people, the resourcefulness, but more importantly, just the sparsity of ingredients.
I hate that. Resourcefulness means poor.
I'm going to sort of change this thing up a little bit with a local honey from the Caribbean bee that has no sting.
This is how this Cubano is starting.
It tastes like mango. And inside that, I've got a little bit of tobacco and a little bit of chili in there. First, let's start roasting my peppers and onions.
The one ingredient is already overcomplicated. One ingredient is overcomplicated.
One component, you mean.
One component.
Yeah, is overcomplicated.
That doesn't even belong there.
Way down here.
Bell peppers.
Just let
oh God, we have to show people how to cut a
flavors
bell pepper.
do the talking. Really important.
Nobody knows how to.
Peppers. I like to start off just going all the way round, and that way we just cut around the seeds. Don't over trim these things, just keep them centimeter thick. The secret here is in.
Where are the peppers coming from? For the Cubano?
I was wondering when it was going to register with you. I was like, wait, I just said bell pepper. I literally looked at you in the eyes and I said, peppers?
I was so focused on his cutting skill and how he was torturing that pepper. Yeah. Okay, so we're two things now that are not, and the onions too don't belong there.
I've got that, what they call the lechon. This is a beautiful slow roasted pig. It's been on there for literally 12 hours and it's cooked hammock style, wrapped in banana leaves, and I promise you the flavor is incredible. So open up the onions,
just eat
and
the
then
pig.
Get the peppers in there.
What's this? What's this?
I don't know.
Rub that
on the bottom quarter. We'll see.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. Olive oil. Cubano olive oil.
This is going too fast. I'm like one step behind, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, and I've got little tiny bits of garlic here.
Tiny?
All you do is just take the garlic
and
just squash.
That is tiny garlic.
And lightly crush the garlic. I'm going to slice it, roast it whole. It's so beautiful, really beautiful. On and then in. And this is a sour orange, okay? Again, unique locally here. I want to squeeze all that beautiful sour tartness of that juice over those peppers.
No.
There's nothing that says Cubano in this so far.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. From the start of the video with the tobacco honey, I don't get it. I don't get it.
This is what he does.
And you're the one that said it perfectly. It's his thing is he just overcomplicates simple.
I know.
We get some of that tobacco flavored honey with that chile.
Oh, that's nice.
So
let's not take the best part out. I mean, if you are like doing your version, take that crispy skin, put that in there.
Truthfully, when you cook a whole pig like this, in my experience, it's typically been difficult to get the skin crispy edible.
No, that's edible.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's like a little baby pig, and then usually in Italy, like if you do it the right way, you could just do it with the plate.
If you do it the right way, I'm not sure about that. But just listen, my experience. I've been to many events. I've cooked a few whole pigs myself,
and you never get the skin right.
And the skin is very hard to get right.
So this pig has been roasted for literally 14, 15 hours.
It's tender.
And it's been cooked
able to pull the
hammock
meat
style. So it's so tender. And then it's been wrapped in the banana leaves and just literally swung.
Listen, there's a leg gone already.
Someone took that.
You know, listen, this is pretty much a television production. Gordon's not going to be there swinging it back and forth.
He didn't cook that.
He didn't cook that. That was there. And
he
listen,
didn't even shop for those ingredients.
And it's not just Gordon. This is any like major TV production. It's done in this style. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
He doesn't have the time to do that.
He doesn't have the time. Yeah, he just doesn't.
Little touch of olive oil. Beautiful.
Again.
And now I want to get some crispiness on the bread. Again, hot olive oil. Get that bread.
Listen, People, as much as we shit on Gordon Ramsay, he's one of the top chefs on the planet.
100%.
And he's been adjacent.
Yeah.
Like, he's seen things.
He has traveled more miles and seen more places than you and I ever have.
Yeah.
He has had multiple restaurants in New York City and every other major city. So take everything we're saying with a grain of salt, because we will trade wallets with him any day of the week, and he would get our wallets and laugh in our faces. So we know exactly where we stand.
Season.
Okay, that bread looks
the
good.
inside of the bread. Really important, by the way. It's always seasoned on the crust, but put some salt and pepper onto the bread.
I don't disagree.
I don't hate that. No.
The olive
Beautifully
oil,
fried.
I do.
Yeah. Yes, I
Look
do.
at that.
I mean, you have that pig right there. Get that fat.
I would have just put that directly on the grill grate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get some of that lard and put it right on the grill gun.
Push that against the pig and soak up all that juice and then put it back into the pan. We ain't fat
That
for
beautiful
nothing.
lechon. I got some nice slices from the shoulder, and then that's mixed with all that beautiful pork fat. And look.
What pork fat? What did I miss?
That's probably the leg meat that's missing over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I want to get it nice and crispy, okay? So by pulling it like this, crisping that up, again, touch more salt, a touch of pepper, and just a little drizzle of that spicy honey. And with a tobacco flavor and that chile in there, it just lifts this pork like no other. Now, have a look at this. Look, get this pork really nice and crispy.
I don't
the nice
think
thing
you
about this
needed
is you
the
don't need the
honey.
expensive cuts. This is the sort of the cheap cuts. I've got a little bit of the shoulder here, a little bit of the butt, a little bit of the neck, and look, get that really nice and crispy. Bread
So he's
toasting
making a
up
sandwich.
nicely.
He's not going to press it,
You
right?
can see.
Wait, he's not going to press it? He's not going to press it.
Keep watching.
That pork is getting all nice and crispy. Look at the bread. Again, nice and crisp. And this is where the Cubano goes up a notch. I'm gonna get some really nice mustard. Okay. And I'm gonna spread the mustard on top of my toasted. You can hear how crispy that is.
Now, depending on what type of mustard that is, that could be a lot. I like lots of mustard. You've seen me. I
love mustard.
I love mustard. So I'm okay with that. If that's Dijon, maybe a little bit of an issue. But anyway.
That's not general public quantity.
No.
Now I'm gonna do this both sides. Why? Because this is a beautiful honey mustard and it's so delicious.
Oh my God, I did not know that. It's honey mustard. Oh, what's with this honey? What?
Sort of flavor from that mustard. So I go back into the pan now and caramelize that
What?
mustard.
This is so overcomplicated.
So overcomplicated. Listen, that meat is nice and brown and crispy.
Yeah, I would have cooked. Okay, if we follow his ideology,
Yeah.
I would have cooked the pork and let all that fat run out.
Yeah.
and then use that bread to soak it up.
Yes. Heat up the pork, leave the remaining fat, and cook the bread in that fat.
I don't know why we're trying to fix this dish. I think what's frustrating about watching these videos when it's that he's such a high caliber chef.
Yeah, you would imagine he has a team of people. Listen, there's a very specific reason
He must
why.
be so blasé and bored. Like there must be so much food hitting him in the face, right? That he's just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
This is a great idea.
And no one's telling him no.
Nobody's telling him.
Yeah, no one's telling him no. Listen, for us, one reason why we don't put out more cooking content is we don't want to do off the cuff. If we do something, we want to make sure it's really well thought out and researched, and we, go into it knowing our. How do you tell Gordon Ramsay, like, I think your sandwich idea sucks?
I think you're overcomplicated.
Lime zest. So I'm gonna make this a really nice, fragrant Cubano. Lime, squeezed over, and honestly, just that freshness at the end.
I agree with that, but it doesn't belong in a Cubano. Listen, my shop has a sandwich called the Havana Spice Club. It's inspired by a Cubano, but we don't call it a Cubano. We don't market it as a Cubano. It has some homages to a Cubano. It has mustard. We purposely don't use ham or pork. We go with turkey because we wanted this to be like a lighter interpretation of a Cubano. But we have Swiss cheese in it. But there's lettuce and tomato. Like, it's not a Cubano. This is just so infuriating. So infuriating. Ugh.
Now look at my my pork.
Look
Look
at his pork.
Crispy, delicious, and check this out.
Possibly
That
dried out
beautiful
now.
caramelized mustard, and that puts another layer on there. Okay, we've got my base.
So unnecessary.
Look at that. That is so good. Oh my Lord. That is so good. First off, some lettuce. I just want a touch of texture under here.
Not because the bell peppers and the onions are not enough texture. And the crispy bread is not enough texture.
You're only doing this once, so make it very special. So I love using these little hearts.
No, you just don't want to waste.
Cos lettuce. Then from there, I'm going to start the build up. That crispy pork. Okay. Get that on there. Oh my goodness. It's so good.
I can't believe he had the nerve to go to Cuba and like just give them the Cubano you could ever make.
Well,
and the thing is,
he didn't go there to do this. I'm sure this is like a side thing. That can't possibly This cannot be the reason he went to Cuba.
I hope it is.
Lots of pork.
And that's all you're gonna
that's
put?
the essence here. And this.
All that trouble and that's all you're gonna put?
Yeah.
So no ham, no cornichon.
Let's keep watching. The sandwich is not done. The sandwich is not done. This may turn into the greatest Cubano we have ever seen.
And sit that on top. Try and lay the peppers out so they sort of
I can't believe
go
he
red,
left
green,
them
red,
whole.
green.
Like big
And look
fat
at the
slice.
colours there. So beautiful. You see those tiny little speckles of garlic. The garlic is so sweet at that age.
Oh,
and I've got
man.
the peppers, the honey, laced
Again.
with that tobacco. Just
Because you don't have enough honey. You got honey mustard on both slices. You got honey in the pork. You have honey in the sauteed veggies, and you're gonna drizzle it on.
It's just he just loves showmanship, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. He likes to overcomplicate because it's a lot of it. The more information, the more it makes of a show. It's like, oh, this is nobody's thought of all these things.
It's just like you and calling me out on my long-winded explanations. You think you sound smarter by saying more words, but actually, you're kind of an idiot.
And nothing like a
and
crock
just let
shot
that
over your
sink
food
in.
there.
Now, a secret ingredient.
Oh, now you're
This
staring
is
at
a
it.
local pollen. It's a bee pollen.
What?
It's from these incredible Caribbean bees. I'm just going to sprinkle the pollen inside.
Holy sh!
It's going to give this sort of...
What is happening right now?
Have you tasted bee pollen?
No.
Oh, no, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not like people are running to the supermarket to get bee pollen.
No, it's like...
What is going on?
I've got some lovely pickled cucumber here. Lightly drain them.
You mean
And then just
pickles?
sit that, intertwine it a little bit, sort of lift up the onions and the garlic and just hide.
Okay, thank
that
God. There's some
beautiful
acidity to balance out
Look at
that sweetness.
I mean, we haven't even finished this sandwich yet.
What?
The final coat of arms is the Gouda. Gouda is
Gouda.
a staple in a Cubano.
Gouda?
Gouda.
Is that how the Brits say it?
Let us know in the comments. Is that how you say it? Gouda.
Gouda.
And just go back into the pan, literally for 30 seconds.
What is going on?
I call
Holy
this-
Who is going home to make this? Who is this for?
People, don't toast your cheese in your pan because you don't know what kind of pan you have, and don't do this.
No, I don't mind. We toasted cheese on our grilled cheese.
Yeah, but
sandwich.
don't. Not for a purpose of a sandwich like this.
Look, this Gouda melts.
Oh, it clearly
We have
melts.
this beautiful, cheesy, delicious, incredible finish to the sandwich. And look. That is ready.
Oh, the cheese is on.
That's my glue that literally sticks this beautiful Cubano together. Push that down.
He doesn't have to clean dishes anymore. He doesn't have to clean pots and pans. He's just gonna walk away from that mess.
Yeah.
And that pan just hurts me right here. It hurts me right here.
Holy.
Because there's one thing about like when I cook and everything,
you clean along the way. When we did the grilled cheese video,
I take care of everything.
Everything was taken care of. I was fully expecting to be like breathing hard by the end of this video. She was like, Paul's not going to want to do that. And listen, you definitely play into that persona, but that is not truly Paul, okay?
I just want to cover my beds.
Right.
What if I choose not to do anything?
Right.
So might as well say it. I'm not doing it, right?
But by default, Paul was literally cleaning every step of the way. By the end of the shoot, I was like,
oh, we're done.
We're done. That wasn't so bad. Like, I was going in fearful, like, I'm going to have to do everything.
I have to stay here another hour.
Yeah, blah, blah. No, it was done. Forever the Comey.
Forever the Comey.
It sticks the whole sandwich together.
No, it does not.
Watch. In.
You need a nail and hammer to stick that sandwich together.
And look at that.
Yeah.
Kind of looks
Seriously.
like...
I promise you, that has to be one of the most delicious Cubanos anywhere in the country.
No, it's not.
I am not an idiot sandwich.
I can guarantee you that that's the Cubano sandwich on the island. And in the States.
Yeah.
And in the country. And in the whole world.
And it's not even pressed.
Not even pressed.
It's not even pressed. This was intense. The Cuban internet is enraged by this sandwich because I only heard of this sandwich because of the comments. People were like, we did the Gordon Ramsay ramen video, and the amount of people that requested that we cover this video, in addition to me being the sandwich guy, I was like, okay, I definitely got to check this out. And well, it's definitely worth it. Before we close out this episode, I do want to say to all of my amazing patrons, thank you so much for your support. I really couldn't do this without your help. And for the rest of you, please consider becoming a patron by visiting the link in the description below. By becoming a patron, you get to take advantage of some awesome perks like early access to new episodes and patron exclusive content. Thank you guys very much. Paul and I are now gonna go get a Cubano. Yes. All right, let's go.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. This was hard.